Hi, I'm Jason Gore for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to look at Terry Collier's amazing What Color Is Love?
Big shelf.
So, Terry Collier is one of those names that I think people who collect know his name. People don't. It's not like he's a Stevie Wonder or James Brown or Parliament or any of the other artists that sort of came out at a similar time period. Um, and similarly, in the same way that Motown or Stax are so unequivocally known by even casual music listeners, Cadet, the stuff out of Chicago that Cadet was actually putting out, that's tangentially tied to the chess labels. We've talked about that before when we looked at the Cadet box set. But nonetheless, Cadet is not a super huge label for a lot of people other than those that actually collect this kind of stuff. But what you Rotary Connection, Terry Collier, a bunch of stuff that would actually show up in Cadet is basically really, really engaging, ambitious soul music, essentially Black American music that gets not roped into simply dance music or music to stup by, but some really amazing avant-garde stuff, incorporating jazz, gospel, all these incredible elements all at once. And the more you dive into the label, you can find some true gems in it. This is a record that I've never owned, but what prompted me to own it is actually the film that probably should have won Palme d'Or this year at Cannes, the Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value. This is the first track that you actually hear over the credits. The first track of this album, Dancing Girl, the 8-minute 58 track, no less, is the first thing you actually hear when that movie opens up. And again, the movie's ambitious and tries to do a lot and mixes genres and all that stuff. Which is why Terry Collier, among all the kinds of other things, Pastor Earl Barrett, like all the stuff that's actually in the soundtrack, pretty amazing soundtrack. Actually, there's a Spotify playlist for that. If you're really interested, you can actually search that out. But just hearing this record, I realized that it had the one Collier record that was part of the box set, but this one, our music on vinyl actually released. So I decided, you know what, I had to pick this up. I thought I'd open it here so we can actually discuss it and sort of celebrate this. So Music on Vinyl does their pressings. Almost all of them are digital, which is fine because usually they sound pretty good. They actually come in this kind of sort of sticker sleeve. I will replace this with the Vinyl Store Solution. I will try to take off this sticker without ripping it because I'm that kind of lunatic, that sticker. And then the record itself is just a simple, not super thick, non-gatefold. The artwork's decent. An original of this, the first pressing of this, is about $400. So I went with the $40 or $50 one. But despite the fact that it's not the sleeve is nothing to write home about, it's fine. Polyline paper sleeves, kids. It's what we want from this kind of stuff. If you're not going to give me a rice paper sleeve, give me one of these. And you can see this one actually has the Verve label on it. Gets complicated about stuff recorded on Verve and then pressed and were distributed by Cadet. Everything goes very complicated. But the deal is, there we are. Terry Collier's What Color Is Love? Dancing Girl taking up that huge chunk of the opening. The record itself looks positively pristine. Um, and the most important guy, even more than Terry, is the guy who's listed as the producer there. And somebody who you can really fall down a rabbit hole is Charles Stepney. This stuff that Charles Stepney did, he really was a true musical genius. I think we're in desperate need for a true, deep documentary about Stepney and what he did and what he was able to accomplish. This polyglot musician, incredible, sophisticated use of symphonic elements, really amazing stuff. I can think of maybe Paul Thomas Anderson is going to produce that, given the fact that Stepney produced his mother-in-law's music. If you want to follow down that rabbit hole, nonetheless, this is a record that I'm super excited to actually be adding to my collection. Again, when they say they don't make it like this anymore, they certainly don't make it with somebody smoking a cigarette on a bed anymore, or a chaise lounge. Yeah, no, just not a chaise, just a what do we want to call that? A lounge chair. There we are. but clearly, exuding its postcoital bliss, and this whole album has that in spades. It is an absolute amazing record, and I'm so pleased to actually have it here on vinyl. That's our brief look at What Colors Love. Terry Collier's magnificent contribution to his discography. I now have 2 of his records. I have more to find. Wish me luck. For thatshelf.com, I'm Jason Gorber. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, follow us on social media. Let us know about what you think about Terry Callier in the comments, and we'll see you next video. All the best. Take care.